Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers' top trade target this offseason is now reportedly available. The Los Angeles Lakers are entering a pivotal offseason. After flaming out in the first round of the playoffs, they moved on from coach Darvin Ham and will likely make significant changes to their roster in the summer. The elephant in the room is obviously the LeBron James contract situation. He hasn't committed to the Lakers yet, but all signs point to the 39-year-old superstar staying in Los Angeles. To ensure that he stays and has a competitive team in his final years in the NBA, the Lakers front office has to nail this offseason. This means that they need to upgrade this roster. Outside of LeBron and Anthony Davis, the number of high-level playoff caliber players on the team is lacking. Austin Reaves failed to establish himself as a high-end third option on a good team, and the rest of the team doesn't have enough two-way talent to support James and Davis. Therefore, it behooves the Lakers to trade for another star to increase the overall talent level on this roster. They need an offensive dynamo who can take some of the workload from James on that end of the floor. Fortunately for them, their ideal trade target is available. According to Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN, the Atlanta Hawks are seriously considering trading Trey Young this offseason. The Hawks won the first overall pick in the 2024 NBA Draft. This likely signals that a rebuilding is looming in Atlanta. The number 1 selection, combined with the massive haul they can get by trading Trey Young, can set them up very nicely for the future. This is also an excellent opportunity for the Lakers. Young is the sort of player the Lakers desperately need. One of the best passers and playmakers in the league, Young would make an excellent pick-and-roll pairing with both Davis and James. He would be the primary creator for this team while LeBron and AD conserve their energy for the defensive end of the floor, which they will need to because of the defensive deficiencies created by Young. The 25-year-old point guard averaged 25.7 points and 10.8 assists last season while hitting 37.3% of his threes. His shooting gravity will create much-needed spacing for the rest of the Lakers to take advantage of. The Lakers have 3 first-round draft picks that they can trade in the offseason. They would need to include Rui Hachimura and Austin Reaves to make the salaries match in a potential deal. Signing and trading D'Angelo Russell would be another option to make the math work in this trade. Regardless of how the deal is made, Trey Young would be an excellent addition to Los Angeles, and it's certainly worth pursuing for the Lakers. LeBron James gets standing ovation from Cleveland Cavaliers crowd ahead of impending free agency. LeBron James was courtside for the Cleveland Cavaliers-Boston Celtics playoff game Monday night and received a standing ovation. James, who's expected to opt out into free agency this summer, already had 2 stints with his original franchise. He just finished up his latest season with the Los Angeles Lakers, who lost to the Denver Nuggets in the first round of the NBA playoffs. But while at Game 4 Monday night, watching an exciting young Cavaliers team, the Cleveland faithful showed their respect. It remains to be seen if James will return to Los Angeles to finish out his career. But the Lakers do reportedly have interest in drafting his son Bronny in this year's draft. Bronny James played 1 year at USC and entered the transfer portal, plus the draft. He opted to fully go professional and enter the draft process. After James was cleared to play in the league following a scary heart issue ahead of his 2023-24 season in college, he is now likely to forego his remaining collegiate eligibility and stay in the draft. As a draft prospect, there's simply not a whole lot of reason to believe in Bronny James coming into the league to provide any value as a rookie. Of course, the son of LeBron James is a different case in terms of his draft stock, since LeBron has made clear he would love to play with his son someday, making him an enticing selection for any franchise. Bronny James appeared in 25 games this year, including 6 starts, after missing the start of the season as he recovered from cardiac arrest over the offseason. He averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 steals during his time at USC. James arrived on campus as a highly touted recruit. A four-star prospect, he was the number 25 overall prospect from the 2023 class, according to the On3 industry ranking, a weighted average that utilizes all four major recruiting media companies. On3 was the only service to rank James as a five-star. Could a team like Cleveland draft Bronny to entice LeBron to come back to Cleveland for his swan song? It's certainly possible. That could go for any NBA team looking to make it work, as the Lakers reportedly might do. In his draft profile of James for The Ringer, NBA analyst Kevin O'Connor noted that Bronny is a high IQ decision-maker and a good athlete with a strong frame and length. However, he also says James hasn't proven to have touch as a shooter and lacks a great handle as a creator. He ranked him 69th overall on his big board. Lakers trade proposal flips Austin Reaves, 3 draft picks for three-time All-Star. The Los Angeles Lakers' summer plan to trade for three-time All-Star point guard Trey Young got a much-needed boost when the Atlanta Hawks won the NBA draft lottery. The Hawks had DeJounte Murray in trade talks. I think the possibility of trade talks including Trey Young in this spring and into the summer are very real, too, ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reported during the draft lottery on May 12. With Young potentially becoming available before the Hawks select the number 1 pick on June 26, Sporting News' Stephen No proposed a trade that could land the Lakers their third star in Young, but at the expense of fan favorite and homegrown player Austin Reaves. The Lakers would have to match Young's $43.0 million salary in any deal. Rui Hachimura, Austin Reaves, and Gabe Vincent would get that trade done from a financial standpoint. They could also throw in all of their future first-rounders. This is a steep price to pay for Young. The inclusion of Reaves in particular would sting. The Lakers could try to include Jared Vanderbilt in his place, but they may be outbid in that scenario, No wrote. The Lakers were reluctant to include Reaves in the DeJounte Murray talks in the weeks leading to the trade deadline. No noted the Lakers also have 5 second-round picks at their disposal should it turn into a bidding war between them and the San Antonio Spurs, whose franchise cornerstone Victor Wembanyama is intrigued by the idea of pairing up with Young, according to ESPN's Tim McMahon. The Lakers stood pat at the February trade deadline to cobble up 3 first-round picks specifically for a better shot at landing Young or another all-star guard who can become the third banana to LeBron James and Anthony Davis and could transition to number 2 when James retires. Young is the name that continually came up, according to The Athletic's Jovan Buha in March. The Lakers made known their interest in the Hawks star point guard when ESPN's Dave McMenamin reported in January that the organization had discussed internally the possibility of packaging 3 picks, along with players they already have on their books, to pursue him or Cleveland Cavaliers 5-time All-Star Donovan Mitchell. Young averaged 25.7 points and 10.8 assists for the Hawks, who were eliminated in the play-in tournament. He was the only player in the league to average 25 points and 10 assists this season. Young recently dumped Clutch Sports, whose biggest clients are James and Davis, for their biggest rival creative artists agency. When I say it, I really mean it, the 3-time All-Star, Young, posted on X on May 7. Another day, another opportunity. It remains to be seen how Young's recent move would impact such trade scenario. Trey Young switching from Clutch Sports to CAA theoretically decreases the odds that he ends up in LA, Buha said on Buha's block on May 10. Does that increase the odds that DeJounte Murray may end up in LA or that maybe he's the one that ends up getting moved? And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Trey Young? Leave your opinion in the comments.